You're tired, aren't you? Not the I need sleep tired. The kind of tired that sits in your chest. The kind that makes your smile feel heavy. The kind that whispers, maybe this is enough. Maybe I can stop trying now. He felt that too. Every scar on his body tells a story. Every bruise is a reminder of a promise he refused to break. He's been punched into the ground, crushed, outmatched, humiliated, left bleeding under a sky that didn't care. And still, he stood up. There's a moment when your body screams, when your vision blurs, when your hands shake, and everything inside you says, quit. That's the moment that decides who you are. Because anyone can fight when they're strong. Anyone can smile when they're winning. Anyone can dream when it's easy. But when you're exhausted, when your friends doubt you, when the world laughs at your ambition, when you're one hit away from collapsing, that's when your real character is revealed. He didn't become strong because life was fair. He became strong because life was cruel. Because every time fate knocked him down, he made a choice. Not a loud choice, not a dramatic speech, just a quiet decision. I'm not done. You think he doesn't feel fear? You think he doesn't feel pain? He feels everything. The hunger, the loneliness, the pressure of expectations, the weight of protecting people who believe in him. But here's the difference. He doesn't let pain decide his limits. You see, pain is temporary. Fatigue is temporary. Doubt is temporary. But regret lasts forever. Imagine giving up one step before your breakthrough. Imagine quitting one battle before your victory. Imagine stopping one day before your dream becomes real. That's what most people do. They stop at 80%. They quit at 90%. They surrender at 99%. And they spend the rest of their lives wondering, what if? He doesn't want what if. He wants proof. Proof that no matter how many times he falls, his will is heavier than his suffering. There's something powerful about someone who refuses to stay down. Not because they're invincible, but because they're stubborn. Stubborn enough to keep moving when their legs shake. Stubborn enough to smile through blood. Stubborn enough to say, I'll do it tired. That's a different level of mindset. Not, I'll do it when I feel motivated. Not, I'll do it when things calm down. Not, I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll do it tired. Because dreams don't wait for your comfort. Greatness doesn't ask if you're okay. Destiny doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to effort. And effort hurts. There will be days when you feel invisible. Days when nobody claps for you. Days when progress feels microscopic. But every drop of sweat, every silent tear, every lonely night of discipline, it's building something inside you, something unbreakable. The world tests the ones who aim higher. Why? Because average dreams don't require extraordinary strength. If your dream scares you, if it feels bigger than you, if people look at you like you're crazy, good. That means you're aiming high enough. He never chose the easy path. He chose the path that required him to grow, to stretch, to suffer, to fail publicly, to risk everything. And that's why his story matters. Because he's not fearless. He's just unwilling to betray his own promise. There's a fire inside people like that. A fire that doesn't die when the wind blows. It grows stronger. Every insult becomes fuel. Every loss becomes a lesson. Every scar becomes evidence that they survived. You don't need perfect conditions. You need relentless commitment. You don't need more talent. You need more endurance. When you're exhausted and you still show up. When you're doubted and you still believe. When you're hurt and you still move forward. That's when you transform. That's when ordinary becomes unstoppable. And here's the truth nobody tells you. The version of you that achieves your dream is built in the moments you wanted to quit, but didn't. So when your mind says, I'm too tired, answer it. Say it back louder. I'll do it tired. Because strength isn't the absence of struggle. It's the decision to keep fighting through it. So let me ask you something. When you're bruised, exhausted, and one step from giving up, when nobody sees your effort and the world feels heavy, will you lie down and accept defeat? Or will you stand up, even broken, and prove that your dream is stronger than your pain? You know what hurts the most? It's not the punches. It's not the losses. It's not even the failures. It's the silence after you tried your hardest, and it still wasn't enough. That silence is heavy. It makes you question everything. Your ability, your purpose, your worth. He felt that silence too. There were moments when the world stood over him, watching, waiting, expecting him to stay down. And for a second, just a second, his body didn't respond. Muscles torn, breathing unstable, vision fading. That fragile space between collapse and comeback. That's where legends are decided. Because in that space, nobody can help you. No applause, no backup plan, no guarantee. Just you and your choice. Most people think strength is loud. It's not. Real strength is quiet. It's the voice inside that says, one more step, even when your legs are trembling. It's the whisper that says, get up, even when getting up feels impossible. He wasn't born unbreakable. He became unbreakable by breaking and rebuilding himself every single time. Understand this clearly. Your lowest moment is not your identity. It's your training ground. Pain reshapes you. Pressure sharpens you. Adversity reveals you. If everything was easy, you'd never discover how far you can actually go. The world doesn't test weak dreams. It tests dangerous ones. Dreams that threaten limits. Dreams that scare mediocrity. Dreams that demand sacrifice. He chose a dream so big, it required him to outgrow his old self. That's the price. Growth hurts. It means outworking your comfort, outlasting your excuses, outgrowing the version of you that was okay with average. And average is seductive. Average says, relax, you've done enough. But greatness asks, are you willing to bleed for it? There were nights when he had nothing left. No energy, no strategy, no advantage. Only belief. And belief is powerful when it's tested. Anyone can believe when they're ahead. But when you're losing, when the odds are cruel, when logic says you should quit, that's when belief becomes rebellion. Rebellion against doubt, against statistics, against fear. You think champions don't feel overwhelmed? They do. The difference is they move anyway. Motion beats emotion. Action beats hesitation. One step forward, even if it's small, destroys the paralysis of fear. He didn't wait to feel fearless. He moved while afraid. He didn't wait to feel ready. He fought while exhausted. He didn't wait for perfect timing. He created his moment. That's a mindset shift. Stop asking, am I ready? Start asking, am I committed? Because readiness changes. Commitment doesn't. You won't always feel confident. You won't always feel strong. You won't always feel motivated. But if you stay committed, you'll stay moving. And movement builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds power. And power builds legacy. Every scar he carries is proof of a battle he refused to lose mentally. You can lose a fight. You can lose a round. You can even lose a season of your life. But the moment you lose belief in yourself, that's when you truly fall. He never allowed that. Even when his body collapsed, his will didn't. And that's the level you need to reach. Where your mind is stronger than your circumstances. Where your purpose is louder than your pain. Where your dream is bigger than your fear. Because here's the truth most people avoid. Nobody is coming to save you. No perfect opportunity. No magical rescue. No sudden shortcut. It's you, your discipline, your resilience, your refusal to quit. You either become the hero of your own story or the side character who gave up. There is no middle ground. When exhaustion hits, that's your invitation to grow. When doubt whispers, that's your test. When the world pushes you down, that's your chance to show it who you are. So the next time you feel like saying, I can't do this anymore, pause, take a breath, and remember the version of you that started. The version that was hungry. The version that was fearless enough to dream. That version still exists. It's just buried under fatigue and fear. Dig it out. Stand up again. Because the pain you feel today might be the foundation of the strength you carry tomorrow. And when you're standing at your lowest point, bruised, ignored, underestimated, will you let this moment define your limits? Or will you use it to redefine who you are? Listen carefully. This is the part nobody shows you. Not the victory, not the celebration, not the smile at the top. This is the breaking point. The moment where your body is done, your mind is drained, your heart feels heavy, and the only thing left is your will. He stood there with nothing left to give. No strength in his arms, no power in his legs, no guarantee he would win, only a promise. A promise he made when he was weak. A promise he made when nobody believed. A promise he made before the scars, before the pain, before the world tried to crush him. And that promise refused to die. Understand this clearly. Champions are not built when they win. They are built when they refuse to surrender. You think greatness feels good? No. Greatness feels like pressure, like isolation, like carrying something heavier than you ever imagined. It feels like waking up tired, training tired, fighting tired, living tired, and still saying, I'm not finished. That's the difference. The world respects results, but it never sees the nights you almost quit, the tears you hid, the doubts you swallowed, the fear you fought alone. He wasn't smiling because it was easy. He was smiling because pain could not control him anymore. There is a shift that happens inside a person when they stop negotiating with comfort, when maybe tomorrow turns into today, when I'll try turns into I will, when I'm tired turns into I'll do it tired. That shift changes everything. Because now exhaustion is not your enemy. It's your proof. Proof that you showed up. Proof that you fought. Proof that you didn't run. Most people stop when it hurts. But pain is the gatekeeper. On one side, average. On the other, greatness. And the only way through is forward. There were moments when he could have walked away. No shame, no judgment. Everyone would have understood. But he didn't want understanding. He wanted victory. He didn't want sympathy. He wanted growth. He didn't want comfort. He wanted the crown. And crowns are heavy. They are earned in silence, forged in struggle, claimed through sacrifice. If your dream is light, you won't need strength. But if your dream is massive, if it scares you, if it demands everything from you, then you must become massive too. Bigger discipline, bigger resilience, bigger mindset. You cannot carry a huge destiny with a small mentality. So when life hits you again, and it will, when you're tested again, and you will be, remember this moment. Remember that strength is a decision, not once, but every single day. It's choosing to wake up when you don't feel like it, choosing to work when nobody is watching, choosing to believe when logic says you shouldn't. It's standing in the storm and refusing to kneel. He didn't become powerful because he never fell. He became powerful because falling never stopped him. Every time he hit the ground, he left a piece of doubt there. Every time he stood back up, he picked up more belief. That's the trade. Pain for power, struggle for strength, fatigue for legacy. And here's the truth you must accept. Nobody will remember how tired you were. They will remember that you didn't quit. So when your body screams, when your mind begs for comfort, when your situation feels impossible, pause. Feel the weight. Feel the fear. Feel the exhaustion. And then move anyway. Because the line between ordinary and unstoppable is drawn at the point of surrender. Cross it. Right now. Not when you're ready. Not when it's convenient. Not when it's easy. Now. Because one day you will look back at this version of yourself. The tired one. The doubted one. The underestimated one. And you will realize this was the moment that built you. So tell me, when your dream demands more than you think you can give, when you're bruised, exhausted, and standing alone at the edge of quitting, will you become another story of potential that faded away? Or will you rise, even shattered, even trembling, even tired, and prove that nothing in this world can break your will? Another story of potential that faded away? Or will you rise, even shattered, even trembling, even tired, and prove that nothing in this world can break your will?